15 billion miles from Earth, in the crushing silence of the interstellar void, something impossible just happened. There are no stars nearby to navigate by. There is no solar wind to ride. There is only the darkness and a single lonely machine built by human hands nearly 50 years ago. Voyager 1. For decades, it has been drifting, a silent bottle in the cosmic ocean, its primary mission long since completed. We thought it was asleep. We thought it was just a relic of the 1970s, slowly dying as its nuclear power source faded into nothingness. We were wrong. On August 1, 2025, Voyager 1 did not just drift. Moved. Without a command from Earth, without any scheduled protocol, the probe fired its thrusters and executed a precise, calculated turn. It locked its sensors onto a patch of empty space where nothing exists. At least, nothing that our charts say should exist. NASA publicly called it a telemetry glitch. They called it a sensor ghost. But inside the quiet corridors of the Jet Propulsion Laboratory, the mood is not one of confusion. It is one of terror. Because leaked data confirms that Voyager didn't malfunction. It was answering a call. The probe has established a handshake with an object entering our system. An object that is moving too fast, acting too smart, and is far too large to be a rock. Voyager 1 has been commandeered. And the entity pulling the strings is no longer hiding in the dark. It is coming for us. To understand why this event has terrified the highest levels of the astrophysics community, you have to understand the physics of deep space communication. Voyager 1 is so far away that a radio signal traveling at the speed of light takes over 22 hours to reach it. A round-trip communication takes nearly 2 days. This means you cannot fly Voyager in real time. You cannot joystick it. Every command is a preset package sent days in advance. But on August 1st, the Deep Space Network reported a sudden, sharp deviation in the probe's high-gain antenna. The telemetry data shows that the onboard computer executed a lock-on maneuver. This requires a complex series of thruster burns and gyroscope adjustments. Here is the problem. The logs show that no command was sent from Earth. If Mission Control didn't tell Voyager to turn, who did? Skeptics argued that cosmic rays flipped a bit in the memory banks, causing a random spasm in the guidance system. That was the comforting lie. But random spasms result in tumbling, chaotic motion. They result in a loss of signal. Voyager's movement was surgically precise. It stabilized instantly on a new vector, correcting for drift with an efficiency that its outdated onboard computers shouldn't even be capable of. It was as if a ghost had taken the wheel. A ghost that knew exactly where it wanted to look. So, what was Voyager looking at? For 3 days, the new coordinates pointed to empty blackness. Then, the James Webb Space Telescope swung its golden mirrors toward that exact same vector. What it found has rewritten the history of our solar system. Emerging from the darkness was an interstellar object now designated as 3I Atlas. We have seen interstellar visitors before. You remember Oumuamua in 2017, the cigar-shaped rock that tumbled through our system. You remember Borisov. Those were dead rocks, drifting on the chaotic currents of gravity. Atlas is different. First, it is colossal. Radar cross-sections suggest a structure 3 times the size of Oumuamua. Second, it is not tumbling. It has a perfectly stable gyroscopic spin. But the most chilling detail lies in the geometry of the encounter. When Voyager 1 turned, it didn't point to where Atlas was. It pointed to where Atlas would be in 3 weeks' time. Think about the implications of that. Voyager 1, a machine with less computing power than a digital greeting card, calculated the future trajectory of an object moving at 150,000 miles per hour and intercepted its path with 0 latency. This wasn't a random glance. This was a predictive intercept. Voyager knew Atlas was coming before we did. The physical movement was frightening enough. But what happened next moves this story from the realm of mechanics into the realm of nightmares. 10 days after the alignment, a data dump appeared on a secure server used by SETI researchers. The file, labeled Echo Refraction 67, contained raw wave data from Voyager's plasma wave subsystem. At first glance it looked like static. But when audio engineers ran it through a spectral analyzer, a pattern emerged. A recursive harmonic sequence repeating exactly every 19.7 minutes. This wasn't random cosmic noise. It was a structured syntax. But here is the detail that keeps scientists awake at night. Voyager's onboard computer, the Flight Data Subsystem, is an 8-bit machine. It processes data in crude, simple blocks. The signal stream coming back from the probe during this alignment was encoded in a dense, 128-bit architecture. Let me explain what that means. It is the technological equivalent of trying to play a 4K movie on a cassette tape, and having it work perfectly. The hardware on Voyager physically cannot process this signal. Yet it did. This suggests that the transmission from Atlas wasn't just data. It was an operating system upgrade. The external signal utilized Voyager's antenna to rewrite the probe's own code, bypassing its hardware limitations through a method of compression we don't even understand. Voyager didn't just hear Atlas. It was assimilated by it. Why Voyager? Of all the debris floating in space, why would an advanced interstellar object link up with this specific primitive probe? The answer might be bolted to the side of the spacecraft. The Golden Record. We were told the Golden Record was a greeting. A poetic message in a bottle containing the sounds of Earth, Mozart, whale songs and greetings in 55 languages. A peaceful gesture to the universe. But for years there has been a fringe theory among cryptographers known as the hidden partition. The theory suggests that the analog data encoded on the record contains a secondary layer of information, a mathematical primer designed not to say, hello, but to say, we are here and we are intelligent. The harmonic pulses received from Atlas match, digit for digit, a prime number sequence hidden within the Sounds of Earth audio track. We didn't send a greeting. We sent a trigger. It appears that 3I Atlas was dormant, drifting through the void in a low-power state. When it entered the range of Voyager's golden signature, it woke up. The handshake was the authorization key. We unknowingly built a remote control for an alien artifact and launched it straight into its path. If this is true, surely NASA would tell us, right? On August 5th, the Allen Telescope Array, the world's primary ear for listening to aliens, went dark. The live feeds were cut. The official reason was scheduled maintenance. However, insiders report that the array wasn't shut down. It was redirected. Every dish was turned to lock onto the Voyager Atlas corridor. Simultaneously, a leaked internal memo from 2018 resurfaced on the dark web, referencing a contingency plan called Watcher Protocol. The document outlines the procedure for when a legacy spacecraft exhibits non-terrestrial logic flow. The protocol is clear. If a probe is compromised, it is no longer classified as a U.S. government asset. It is reclassified as an active node. The memo explicitly warns that any data coming from an active node must be quarantined. Why? Because of info hazard risk. The fear is that the signal itself is a virus, not for computers but for human cognition. A pattern so complex that simply analyzing it could trigger biological or psychological responses we aren't prepared for. This is why the scientists are disappearing from the public eye. The shadow sweep is in full effect. Anyone who gets close to the raw data is being silenced, their servers wiped, their credentials revoked. They are trying to contain a signal that has already been broadcast. While the Americans scramble to cover it up, a research team from Kyoto University has published a theoretical paper that offers a different and far more terrifying explanation. They call it the Monolith Hypothesis. They argue that 3I Atlas is not a spaceship. It is not an explorer. It is a seed. The theory posits that advanced civilizations do not travel the stars physically, it's too slow and dangerous. Instead, they plant dormant technology in star systems, waiting for the local life forms to evolve enough to find them. The paper points out a disturbing correlation. If you trace the trajectory of 3I Atlas backward by 12,000 years, it aligns with the celestial observational windows of ancient sites like Göbekli Tepe and Machu Picchu. The Watchers described in the Book of Enoch, the star people of the Hopi legends. These weren't myths. They were memories. Humanity has encountered this object's path before. It visits on a cycle. And every time it passes, civilization undergoes a cataclysmic shift. We aren't the first to see it. We are just the first to have a machine capable of saying hello back. And that might have been our fatal mistake. If you aren't scared yet, consider this final piece of evidence. Since the handshake with Voyager, 3I Atlas has changed its behavior in a way that defies the laws of physics. It has slowed down. In the vacuum of space, objects do not decelerate unless a force acts upon them. There is no friction. Yet Atlas is bleeding velocity. But it only slows down when we look at it. When Earth-based telescopes focus on the object, its telemetry shifts. When we look away, it accelerates. This is a macroscopic manifestation of the quantum Zeno effect. The idea that observation affects reality. This implies that 3I Atlas is not just a machine running a script. It is aware. It knows it is being observed. It is measuring our attention span. It is watching us watching it. This behavior suggests a predatory intelligence. It is mimicking the behavior of a stalker, freezing when the target turns around, and rushing forward when the target looks away. As I speak to you now, Voyager 1 and 3I Atlas are moving in a synchronized formation toward the Kuiper Belt. They have entered what researchers are calling the contact corridor. Voyager is no longer our messenger. It has become their guide. It is leading the visitor through the treacherous debris fields of the outer solar system, clearing a path straight to our front door. We thought Voyager 1 was a relic, a golden postcard drifting in the dark. But it turns out it was never a postcard. It was a chess piece. And for 50 years, we have been waiting for the opponent to make a move. The opponent has just moved. The handshake is complete. The key has turned in the lock. The stars haven't just stopped blinking, they have started watching. And the only question left is, what happens when they arrive?